What's up, guys? It's your boy Ryan. I'm super excited because Christmas is like basically here, and Christmas is like my favorite time of the year, as I've said before. And I'm like so totes excited, and I can't wait for Santa Claus to come visit my house. He does every year. We leave out a plate of cookies, and he comes down the chimney, and he leaves presents, under the tree. And I hear that if you're naughty, he gives you coal, but I haven't gotten coal yet, and which is like, I've been pretty bad some years, so like, I think there's hope for most kids out there. So like, don't worry. If you get coal this year, you can always, do better next year, maybe get a present, but you probably won't get coal unless you like push someone down the stairs on purpose, which like, you probably should go to jail for. So I, wrote a Christmas wish list to Santa Claus this year. I obviously can't tell you what's on it because then your wish won't come true, as is the rules of wishing, as is explained to me by basically every Disney film. So like, unless you sing a whole musical number about it, you can't tell people what you're wishing for. So I wrote my list to Santa. I asked him, how's the missus doing? How are the reindeer? How are the elves? I hope they get fair wages. The usual. Sent it off to him, and he probably got it at least a week or two ago, because I'm pretty on top of things. So I'm looking forward to having all my Christmas dreams come true, when Santa comes. And he usually gets me something simple, because Santa, is a simple man, and it's all about the love of giving, and so he gives everyone simple things. And I think that's really good of him, because, equality, and like, Christmas isn't about stuff, though I'm excited for any stuff that like my parents get me. But I'm also super excited about Santa. And so I was talking to the kids at school about how I was excited for Santa to come. And then Talia was just like, "Oh, Ryan." And Gabby was like, "Ryan, I tell you this every year, Santa Claus isn't real." And I'm like, "Gabby, that's a lie. That's not true. Like, I know you know everything about like who made out with who at the last party, but like that doesn't mean you know everything about like the universe and the multiverse. And obviously Santa Claus is real. Like, I get presents every year from Santa. Like, do you think someone just like lied? They like put a label and said from Santa and they weren't from Santa? Like, no. Also, like, have you watched a movie? Like, Santa's in so many movies. He lives in the North Pole, or Arendelle, as they say in Frozen, and he's dating / married to now a princess with a magical ice princess for a sister-in-law. Like, he lives a pretty fly life, and he takes time out of his fly life to, spread the love and spread the joy with all of us. And those elves, they work really hard. They used to be like running like Lord of the Rings and like doing like all that nerd stuff, and now they're like, you know what? We just want to focus on like spreading love in the world instead of like fighting dragons and the Dark Lord, which I think has probably done more for the world, because like we don't really deal with dragons anymore, but we have Christmas every year. I think just a lot of people are putting a lot of hard work, Gabby, and you and a lot of other people, especially basically like everyone at school, like isn't appreciating it. And like that's just like spoiled American kid privilege, if I like ever saw it. And Gabby's like, "Ryan, you don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, "Excuse me, I think I definitely do." But no one believes in Santa at my school. Like, Tyler is literally laughing at me in the corner in the other room because he can't keep it straight for this video. And I'm like, "Tyler, like, just because you think you're like so smart and you like get into good colleges doesn't mean you like know anything. You were convinced that your dad was Batman when you were 8, I remember. So like, you've been wrong before, and I think you're wrong about this." Christian is probably the worst, because he, A, threw food at me while he was laughing, and like, I don't appreciate that, Christian. You already threw up on me once. Like, can I like keep your food and beverages like away from me? Like, thank you. And he just made fun of me the whole day, and he kept calling me like Santa kid, and it's kind of sticking. And I'm like, "F you, Christian, why are you doing this to me?" And then he's like, when he's explaining to me allegedly how this works, he's like, when my parents get me an iPad, they wrap it up and they say like from Santa, and they put it under the tree, and that's how this works. They're like, no one climbs in my chimney. And I'm like, "Excuse me, Christian, that must be how it works, because you're a jerk and you probably get coal, so your parents don't invite Santa over." But like, Santa wouldn't give someone an iPad, because like he doesn't give rich kids stuff and like poor kids stuff, because like that is really wrong and like classist, and like Santa loves everyone, and it's not just about like rich kids just getting more stuff. Like, Christian, like, wake up. Obviously your parents get you the iPad because Santa doesn't make iPads. He doesn't use the elves for that. The elves make toys, as is seen in the documentary Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's just so unfair to all those elves that work so hard when some of them would rather have other careers, like being a dentist, and to Santa, who just like gives so much for these kids at school, to like make fun of me, say that I'm stupid, and to not appreciate everything that Santa does. That's just like spoiled and mean. And that's not a good reason to throw me into a snowbank and throw snowballs at me and say, you know, if I love Santa and Frosty the Snowman so much, maybe I should just lie in Frosty's bowels and be hit by his flesh, as the kids at school said today. And I was like, guys, morbid, gross, like, stop being a loser and like get a life and like maybe appreciate Christmas. Say Santa doesn't come to these kids' houses and their parents just buy them gifts. They treat their parents like crap half the time. So like they're not even grateful to their parents. So like who are they grateful for? They just like expect this stuff. We don't deserve Santa. Santa gives, and we just take and we ask for more, and we need to start giving back to Santa. So this year I plan on giving back to Santa. In addition to leaving milk and cookies, some carrots for the reindeer, I'm going to leave some coloring pages for him to enjoy on his long flight back to the North Pole and to put up on his fridge, just to show him that I really appreciate everything he does. And I'm also going to show my appreciation for Santa by trying to fight global warming so he can have his home not be in like the ocean. Because like we already lost Atlantis, like how much more are we going to lose as a world? Like we can't lose Santa in the North Pole, like that'd be the worst. So if we're just honest with ourselves and accepted that Santa was real, we could start giving back to him and the world, sharing the love that he shares with us by maybe giving to the homeless, giving to people who are less privileged or have more disadvantages than you, and just being kind to our friends and family and showing that we appreciate them. Also by being kind to the planet and not destroying it, so Santa can like have his home up in the North Pole. So like this video if you believe in Santa Claus, and comment below with your favorite Santa Claus themed memory, and share this video to spread awareness about the amount of people that don't believe in Santa, and you know, spread his belief, and you know, encourage people to give back this Christmas and this holiday season to share, you know, the love that Santa shares with us. So on that note, I want to wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, and you know, happy any other holidays that are coming up for you. And enjoy this holiday season and show Santa and your friends and family that you appreciate them. Tituwe my peoples. Bye.